My dad was making it hurt.
What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Big Time Show, The Ride. Hadn't done it in a while, but I'm here. Figure we got a lot to talk about, especially right now. And most of you have already heard my take on a few things. But I realize that when I do this in the morning, for some reason, I get some people who haven't heard my show at night, and yet I get it. They get it here. So I'm here. Good morning, everybody. A little bit. I lost connection there. Okay. I'm coming right back. There you go. So let's talk real quick. If I don't see your comments or don't speak, please don't go off on me. I'm just driving, as you can see. When I can park a little bit or stop at a light, I'll be able to catch some of your comments. But I appreciate you joining in with me early this morning. Let's talk real quick about the obvious stuff. The more I keep thinking about Dion, Coach Prime, I don't believe it at all. I think that it is Dion as he should. And it's no fault against his. You know, when you're hot, you take advantage of the situation, man. And I believe that Coach Prime, I believe that he's hot. When it comes to coaching or whatever, he knows he's hot and he has leverage. If you think the Cowboys may be the only team that may want him, you're crazy. Without a doubt. Whatever team his son goes to, they automatically become part of the conversation. Maybe not this year, but certainly next year. When things are in place, and yet alone if and by chance that his son Shiloh joins the team and it just so happened to be with his brother, then you know that is a power move to go after Dion for the following season. I believe that is what's really going to happen to me. I believe that. Shador, of course, will go. They will come back and do Shiloh. So I believe that is going to happen. And Dion will definitely coach in the NFL next year. I believe that. I think that what's going on here It's really a negotiation for Dion and Colorado, and that is trying to raise the price of his extension with Colorado. Just in case you don't know, quite sure you know by now that Coach Prime already has a deal on his table. He just hasn't signed it, and for good reason. And I believe Dion knew that this day would come. His name would come up for NFL coaching jobs, and that is auto. If there's just a slight threat that he's going to leave Colorado, Colorado will turn over some of the mountains that's there and give him some more money. And it's called negotiation. And what better way to use negotiation than to use the brand of the Dallas Cowboys? What better way to raise the price up for wherever you are? Either way, just in case there's a chance that Dion may come to Dallas as a coach, well, you got to pay him more money to pull him away from Colorado. So he's going to win either way. He is playing great chess as he should. And Dion, who has told everybody, his friends, Shannon Sharp, Stephen A., Michael Irvin, he's been kind of hush lip about that. Then all of a sudden, his marketing company, the young man that reported it first and put it out there, Jordan Schultz. Well, just in case you don't know, Jordan Schultz and Coach Prime and Shador and Shiloh and Deion Sanders Jr. all are in a marketing company together. So now you understand why and how they quote unquote leaked out. Why did Deion send a letter to ESPN when he wouldn't even answer stuff? He's been on every show in America, and he don't ever saying he don't want to coach in the NFL. Then all of a sudden now you want to put out a statement saying that I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by the Dallas Cowboy job, but I love it here in Colorado. Were you intrigued? That was the dog whistle to send to Colorado, saying, "Hey, I'm intrigued. There's a possibility. It ain't the fact that I might. It's not a guarantee I might stay here in Colorado. I'm intrigued." But right then and there, that's gonna scare Colorado. He'll be able to pull out of Colorado whatever he wants. That's why he put that out there. It's just a masterful chess game that Dion is playing. That whatever way that you want to come out, whichever way he wants to go, he's going to win. If he leaves Colorado, he coaches in the NFL, possibly with the greatest franchise, business, marketing, whatever else you want to call it. I mean, in the history of sports, that's the Cowboys. If he stays in Colorado, chances are he's going to be the highest paid coach in college football next year. I mean, this is beautiful. He's sitting back in the catbird seat, and he can't lose. In other words, the highest bidder. Once Colorado offers him something, he'll go to Jerry Jones and say, "Okay, this is what Colorado's on. They raised the price. Is there another offer?" I mean, he can't lose. He really can't. But that's the chess part about it. Now let's look at Jerry Jones real quick. Jerry Jones could be, even though he called him. See, you gotta be smart now. Even though he called him, that does not mean that he's offering him the coach. It's a difference. He's calling just to see, is there interest? It does not mean that he's offering the job. I personally don't believe Jerry Jones will offer him the job. And it's obvious to me, but just in case y'all forgot, let's look at this thing. Y'all know, come on now. There's no way I can't see it. I just can't. I love Prime. I love Coach Sanders. I love him. I love him. And you watched Dion grow up in the coaching area too. You watched him. You know his personality. Y'all know how he talks. Y'all know how he operates. There's nowhere in the world, to me, that Coach Prime and Jerry Jones at this point in Dion's life will mix well together. There's just no way. He's too much of an alpha, a general type guy. He's an authoritative type man, just like Jerry Jones is. And that is not the type of guy that Jerry Jones wants. Y'all know that. When he had those guys, he gets rid of them. May I tell you the list? Jimmy Johnson, Bill Parcells. He don't like those type of guys. We know this. We've been watching the Cowboys for years. Now the only way it will work, because neither one of them will change who they are. Dion will come in. Can you imagine? Let's just say this. Let's just say that Dion does get the job with the Cowboys. Can you imagine that first press conference with Jerry and Dion? I mean, Dion wouldn't come in bowing down. He's gonna pick right back up where he left in Colorado. He's an authoritative type dude, and I just can't see him. And he like doing things his way, just like Jerry. I mean, just like Jerry Jones. I mean, it's just I don't even know why we really. I know it's the excitement. I know it's the headlines. I get it. But once you really sit down and think about it, and you know how Jerry is, and you know how Dion is, it's nowhere in the world you can come up and say, "Hey, this gonna work." I mean, it just don't make any sense to me. So I would love for it to happen. But Jerry Jones wants a Deion Sanders type, but not without all the bells and whistles. If he can get a Deion Sanders type that can just coach football and let Jerry be Jerry, he'll be all in for that. But with Deion, it's more than just, I mean, we all know it. Wherever Deion goes, he commands a room. I mean, and wherever Jerry Jones goes, he commands a room. And Jerry don't like two of the same kind. It just don't work. It just, personality wise, the only way this will work is unless Jerry Jones bows down and changes. Bottom line, and we all know. Come on, y'all. I hate to bust some of y'all bubbles. I'm sorry if I am, but we all know that Jerry Jones is not going to change. That old dog ain't learning new tricks. Jerry Jones has been a leader all of his life. There's nowhere in the world he just gonna back up and let it's no way, y'all. It's just no way. And based off that, that's why I say it's not a good. Marketing wise, it's the greatest fit ever. Marketing wise, business wise, you can't get no better than the possibility of Deion Sanders and Jerry Jones together with the Dallas Cowboys. It marketing wise you think he a billionaire now. I think he's estimated at 21 billion. When you bring in Deion Sanders, my God, and you just save just for the next 2 years, you check out his net worth then. Deion adds value. We all know that. We all know that. Business wise, is no one better than to add to your organization than Coach Bryant. Is no question. Football wise though, it's horrible because Jerry Jones would not change. In other words, when I say change, Jerry Jones with a Deion Sanders come in, Jerry's job would be to step aside and let this man do what he does best. That and Jerry and Steven, let's not forget him. Jerry and Steven will not get out of the way. And in order to get Dion to pull him away from Colorado, there will have to be some type of concession. And those concessions are things that I just don't think Jerry nor Steven will be able to want to give up. It's just we've been here with Jerry and Steven, Cowboy fans, for good Lord. We've been here. We know how the Jones family operate. Ain't no sense of acting like There's no sense of acting like they all of a sudden found a new leaf. The desperation of trying to win a Super Bowl is not there. Even though they may, because if it was, they would have changed a long time ago. If it was. If they were truly that desperate, what Jerry said, man, you don't understand the check that I would write to hold up that Lombardi trophy. You ain't doing what it takes. You are willing to try something different. And you dug in, so you're not going to change. And see, when you bring in a guy like Dion, those are the things that you're going to have to do in order to try to get to the next level. So I'm gonna get out of with that. Since that's the case, and y'all know I'm telling the truth, the problem with the Cowboys and Cowboy Nation is Jerry, when they hit a home run for headlines by calling out Deion Sanders' name, so anybody else that come behind it look like oh well, you start all the way at the top, as you should. You're supposed to call Deion, but if you know you're not gonna get him, so if you get a guy, you know, I don't care what name you throw up, it don't compare to Deion Sanders' name. You see what I'm saying? So whoever the real coach gonna be, we gonna be like, I guess so, that stuff, and that's unfair to them. So the question is, I'm excluding Dion. I'll let y'all go crazy and have all the hope. I will say this, and I just don't see Jerry Jones does it. But if he does it, I will then give him credit. I'll eat crow, and I will say Jerry finally made a move, at least to show the fan base that he really does want to win. If you bring in Deion Sanders, I'm not saying Deion is the greatest coach of all time and all that type of stuff. I'm not saying that. But it does step in the direction of this guy really want to win. If you let Deion Sanders be your coach, that is a sign to the entire NFL. There's a sign to Dallas Cowboy Nation saying, look, do y'all believe me now? I want to win. That's the only thing it would tell me. Doing it. Okay? I don't see Jerry. Y'all forgive me, I'm driving. Forgive me for that. But I just don't see it happening. I just don't see him making that type of move. So I'm eliminating Dion. Me. I'll let you guys hold on to hope. If Dion comes to Dallas, I'll be the first one on here saying I was wrong completely. I misjudged Jerry. I misjudged Dion. I'll be the first one to say it. But as for now, I'm looking at all these other folks, and everybody want to talk about at least the fan nation. Y'all killing me, man. How about, because everybody saying, well, you missed out on Ben Johnson. You missed out on Aaron Glenn. First of all, listen, y'all, how y'all know they on the list? Ben Johnson has already put out his demands. He has already said he wants control. He has said he wants to, have, real input on who comes in. Well, that ain't gonna happen in Dallas. Why would Ben Johnson be on Jerry Jones' list when he's already made his demands on what he wants as far as if he was to be the head coach? That don't fit the Cowboys. Why would he put him on the list? Aaron Glenn. Y'all forgive me, but I've already told y'all. I don't see Jerry Jones. I'm just being honest with y'all. And y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't see Jerry Jones hiring a black man to be the head coach of the Cowboys. And what you saying? Well, what you say about Dion? Well, I say the same thing about Dion. He's black, right? I say the same thing. However, I will say this, and y'all know this true. There is a color that means more to Jerry than the skin color, and that is green. Deion Sanders equals green for Jerry Jones. There's just no question about that. Hiring Aaron Glenn don't bring the green. It brings good football without a doubt. I mean, Jerry just going for the biggest fish in the pond. When it comes to Deion, how you know that he wants to? How you know Aaron Glenn want to even entertain Jerry Jones? Aaron Glenn ain't built like that. He's not. How you know Jerry even got him on the list? So in other words, how did he miss out on something that he wasn't even planning for? It don't make any sense, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Jerry may have a list. If you think that Jerry Jones is only name he got in mind is one man, Deion Sanders, you have lost your mind. This guy's a smart guy. This guy's a smart guy, y'all. Coach Jerry Jones, you don't get to be where he's at in life and say he's dumb. He's not dumb. He just stubborn and want to do it his way. Lest we forget, this dude is a Hall of Fame owner. He's already in the Hall of Fame. You get there because you one of the best to ever do it. He is one of the best. He just stubborn and in his own way. And we all see what need to be done, but Jerry ain't like that. He's just not. But it don't diminish what he's done and what the man got a gold jacket. They just don't get him away, y'all. You gotta put something behind your name. You gotta have a resume to get a gold jacket. He has it. Okay? So let's be smart about it. He's talking to more than one man, y'all. Y'all know that. It just ain't been reported. That's all. He just solely look, I called Deion, and now for the last 2 days, I've been quiet. Come on, y'all. Y'all know better than that. It's just somebody ain't reported. It was Deion's marketing firm, the kid that works for the marketing company, his marketing company that reported that. Then Deion texts Adam Scheffner. Come on now. This is everything Deion is highly strategically being thought out and done. Deion has orchestrated this, not Jerry. Jerry ain't saying nothing. Jerry probably on that boat in my tie somewhere. Jerry ain't saying nothing. And if you think that he's the only guy that Jerry Jones have called, he has to have a list. Now, the truth of the matter, hey, Greg, I see you. Let me tell y'all something. I've been telling y'all for the last few weeks. All you got to do is go back to my catalog and look at it. I've been telling y'all, laughed at me. But I'm trying to tell y'all, out of all the guys that's left, Jerry Jones is going to pick a guy that fits his job description as a head coach of the Cowboys. He don't want an authoritative type dude. Jerry wants to be Jerry. Jerry wants to have his way. Jerry wants to do his thing. And he wants a coach that can flat out coach and won't have no problem with Jerry being Jerry. That's one of the major job descriptions for at least the Dallas Cowboys. Just coach. I got everything else. Don't go against me. If I say this and when they come to me, Don't go the total opposite way and bring friction to me and you. That's what Jerry. I'm serious. That got to be a job description because everybody bow down to him. That's why I'm saying Dion the type man that will come at him. Y'all know that. So you got to ask yourself a question: Who is that guy then? If it's a guy that's gonna bow down but can coach well enough that you can win some games with a lot of games. And number two, I got a $60 million a year quarterback. Who is the coach that is going to make? Because really, that's the first question that should be asked. I got a $35 million wide receiver. I got a $60 million quarterback. Don't worry about Parsons, because we ain't worried. Because when teams ask the head coach, they don't ask you how are you gonna make my defensive end / linebacker better. That ain't the question. That's not a question that's asked. Usually, every coach that's auditioning for a job, the quarterback is usually brought up rather quickly. How are you going to make my quarterback better? That should be a part of the conversation right off the top. What coach? What coach fits that description? If it is, hold on just a second. Hey, how you doing? No, long time no see. All right, good to see you. Everything good? Yeah, watch out for my twins. You know I got it. All right. All right. Y'all forgive me, I'm just parking. So the question is, even if you hire a defensive coach, a lot of y'all mad about Vrabel. Well, Vrabel wasn't thinking about nobody else but the Patriots. What y'all mad at Jerry for? Y'all wanted Vrabel. The Cowboys wouldn't even think about Mike Vrabel. They knew he was going to New England. Stop it. Y'all be getting mad at some of the work. Y'all be getting mad at Jerry, and Jerry ain't even thinking about these folks. Y'all thinking about them. All right. So look. So if you're a defensive coach, my question to you is not about the defense. My first question to you as a defensive coach that's being hired as a head coach is, who is your offensive coordinator? Right? We already know you got the defense. If it's like Leslie, I see y'all. Some of y'all saying Mike Zimmer. Well, I don't need to question you about your philosophy for defense. We already know it. We already got that part. If I'm asking Mike Zimmer, my question is, who is your offensive coordinator? That's what I need to know. I already know you can coach defense. I need to know who your offensive coordinator and how is he going to make my $240 million investment better? Because whether you like Dak Prescott or not, the franchise on their field, this whole organization, as far as team, revolves around Dak Prescott. $240 million. You better bring in a coach who's going to make your quarterback better. That's just common sense, y'all. It's common sense. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling y'all. If y'all want Zimmer, they already know about Zimmer defense. He'll take over. He'll be the head coach / defensive coordinator. Okay, that part is all done. The main question is, who you got for this offense? That's all I need to know. Who's your tight end coach? Who's your offensive coordinator? Who is it? I mean, who? That's my question. But that ain't what's gonna get it done. It ain't gonna be Zimmer. We don't even know if Zimmer want to stay here or not. You know, we don't know what they've told Zimmer. I wouldn't be surprised because Jerry known for doing this. Jerry would bring in a coach, an offensive coach, and say, "Hey, you gonna do him just like you did Mike McCarthy. You gotta have Mike Zimmer as your. You gotta have Mike Zimmer as your defensive coordinator. Though. You can hire anybody else, but you gotta keep Mike Zimmer. I wouldn't be surprised he did. They would kill him with Mike Zimmer. I mean, excuse me, Mike McCarthy. When he first got in, you say, "Hey, everybody is fine, but you got to keep Kellen Moore." So it's not above me to say that when Jerry has done that. All right. So I don't think it's Mike Zimmer personally, but I wouldn't be mad if it's Mike Zimmer. I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be mad about it. But I don't think it's him. Mike Zimmer just got engaged to a young lady, very young lady. You know, he was out for a while. He got back in it. I don't know if he still got the fire left. You know, coaching take a lot out of you. He may be ready to just like was it Ty Church? Hey Ty, he says Zim talking about retirement. Exactly. So we don't know that. So you talking about John Gruden? Okay. Gruden is a great coach, but as I said on my show before, because of what got him out of the league, y'all know what time it is with him. You know, his little slightly racist type things what got him out. Okay. Uh you hire Gruden, your first thing, you got to have a meeting. You're gonna have to have a meeting with Gruden and the team with Jerry there and say, hey, let's put everything out on the table. Who got a problem with it? Because see, Gruden has, since he got kicked out, he's never been asked the questions about what he got put out for. So he got to deal with the press again. That's gonna take him back to his comments and all that type of stuff. He gonna have to get his team behind him because see, the locker room, let's go any locker room in the NFL is just about 90% black. Okay, let's just be honest. You got to get all those guys behind you before they put a pad on, before they put gloves on, before they throw a football, anything. You got to talk to these black men and convince them that you're not racist. Hello, y'all want to go through them headaches? So you gonna have a lot of guys, man. They're gonna say if Gruden there, I don't want to play for that dude. Cause see, unfortunately, when it comes to black people, if you show us any sign of racism, we automatically label you. There is no grace. If you do it once, you'll do it again. What we love to say? We say that what's in you has to come out at some point. You can mask it, you can hide it, you can do whatever you want to do, but at some point, in the right situation, it's going to come out. You can't hide what's in you. You might get away with it for a while, but some situation is going to come up and you're going to do it. So that's why I say Gruden wouldn't work, which leaves Kellen Moore. And I'm about to go ahead and leave y'all. Remember what I said about the descriptions of Jerry Jones. He wants a guy that can coach. Kellen Moore can coach. Kellen Moore has too much on his resume now that proves that he can coach. Okay, so I don't want to hear about it. I have a problem with Kellen Moore's red zone stuff. I've always had a problem with that. But is on the same note, Kellen Moore would always have all of his offenses, with the exception of the Chargers. They were number one or number two or number three in the league. Number one offense in the league. Jason Witten, I don't think he has enough experience yet, even though I know he's done high school stuff. You know, I love Jason. You know, great Hall of Fame type dude. He will be in the Hall of Fame, but I ain't hung up on him. I mean, it just looked like just a little bit too much. I would have you had Jason Witten would have to tell me who his staff is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, from A to Z. I mean, good God, that's a lot. Okay, I need everybody to get out of your head. Think like the Jones. What guy fits the description best out of all these names. You may not want him, but let's just be honest. A guy that's not going to get on Jerry Jones' nerves, a guy that will let Jerry be Jerry, a guy that can coach, a guy that is a family member, a guy that has, ties within the organization already. How, how in the world? How in the world does not Kellen Moore fit all the descriptions? Please don't say he don't run the ball. All you got to say is, all you got to do is look at him now. He got a running back that he ran the ball with that got 2,000 yards. So he run the ball now. He runs the ball when he has to. So that's dead. The Philadelphia Eagle offense is one of the best in the league. That's the truth. When he was with the Cowboys as offensive coordinator, the Cowboys were number one in offense, scoring 30 points a game. You already know what you're getting. And most importantly, remember, Dak Prescott flourished under Kellen Moore. It's the truth, y'all. I know you don't like it, but it's the truth. Kellen Moore would answer the question, how do you make my quarterback better? He already has a track record of making Dak Prescott better. Chris Johnson, you're right. We don't have Saquon Barkley, but that wasn't the problem with Kellen Moore. The problem was that we totally eliminated the running game. And the label on Kellen Moore was that he don't run the ball. He does run the ball. This year prove it. Out of all the names, when you eliminate Dion, when you eliminate all the other guys y'all called out, and you come back down off that mountaintop with Dion, come on back down to the valley. Now let's look at who's left. And you tell me who fits the Cowboys' job description as the best candidate. It's got to be Kellen. I'm sorry, y'all. And that's what Jerry Jones gonna think. I already know Kellen. He's a family member. He's young. He's innovative. We already know he can coach offense. There you go. I'm telling y'all, man, you better get ready. I'm telling you, because all the big names, I eat the crow. I tell you, it's just the big names just ain't coming, man. The big names gonna want things that Jerry Jones is not willing to give up, and that's why it's not gonna happen. Dion has total control over that program. He will come to Dallas and would have extremely limited control. That ain't Dion. That's not Dion. That's not how he operates. Y'all know that. You know that. I know you don't want to hear it. And the only hope that you got to get Dion is if Jerry Jones would change. Jerry Jones is not changing. You've been begging him to change for 29, 30 years. It's not going to happen. That old dog is what he is. He 82. It's not going to happen. He will not get out of the way. It's only one thing that's going to take Jerry Jones away. Y'all all know what that is. And we're not speaking that on him because God has allowed him to live 82 years. Who knows how long that brother's going to stay on this earth, but that's the only way he's going to get out the way. It's the only way. It's the only way. And until that happens, Jerry's going to continue to do the same thing he's done for the last 30 years. We've been saying, Jerry, please get out the way for the last, what? Last 40 years. The last 30 years. It ain't going to happen. And there are coaches that just don't match that. It's a different game. Jerry just ain't caught up to it yet. You got to get out the way. And he knows if it was a general manager, he knows if it was a general manager that was working under him, that general manager would have been fired. He knows that, but he ain't gonna move away. I'm telling y'all, when you look at what was left, when you get out the Deion Sanders dream, when you get out of Bill Belichick dream, when you get out of Mike Vrabel dream, and the Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson ain't coming here. Once you get out of those dreams, who is the best left candidate? And just in case you didn't say Kellen Moore, already answered it. He answered it yesterday. You can tell he has some serious interest. To me, I can tell. He gave the corporate answer. He started talking about it. Y'all pull it up. Kellen Moore, they asked him the question yesterday about it, and he said that, he have a lot of relationships over there. He played there, he coached there, and but he flipped it and said, hey, we're getting ready for a game. We got something special here right now. My mind is here as of right now. Come on now. Kellen Moore wants to be a head coach. Just saying. It's just out of everybody else, who's the best? If you think it's Aaron Glenn, okay, that's fine. Aaron Glenn is a good coach with Detroit. But, I ain't going to say it again, but I just don't see Jerry Jones hiring him. If you're talking about Steve Starkashian, or whatever his name is in Texas, Steve is a great coach, offensive coach. He would be able to put a staff together, no question. But does Steve these college coaches got control, man. I just can't see Steve just giving all that up. Somebody threw out Kirby Smart's name. Well, Kirby Smart, he'll be a fool to leave Georgia, right? Where he is, quote unquote, the Nick Saban of the land over there. No, man, come on now. I would love that type of coach, but Jerry don't want to pay nobody either, man. He don't want to pay no coach no 10, 12, $13 million. Y'all, come on now. Come on now. Y'all must have forgot who our owner is. See, I'm here to remind you, while everybody in dreamland, I'm here to remind you of who Jerry Jones is, the same man that we've been looking at for the last God knows how many years. Serious. And because of the way that it is, Kellen Moore, once you get out of dreamland, you will see that Kellen Moore fits the bill. I know y'all don't like it, but sometimes he's the best thing that's left. And he's not a bad choice, in my view. He wouldn't be a bad choice, in my view. Just think about it. What's up now? The offense wouldn't have that much turnover. Everybody knows Kellen Moore's offense, just about everybody there, with the exception of the rookies. They know the offense already. Dak already knows the offense of Kellen Moore. Just need a little brush up here and there. He already knows what Kellen all about. There's your question about who's gonna make the quarterback better. It's Kellen Moore. Now you ain't got to go crazy learning 2 whole new systems. Jerry would take care of the defensive coordinator, at least that's my thought, and try to keep Mike Zimmer if he wanted to coach. Voila. You said you ready to play football already. Can't argue with the success of Kellen Moore's offense. The question that I would have about Kellen Moore, and the knock against that I would have, is he's really not a leader of men. He's a player's coach. That ain't what I want right now for the Cowboys right now. But he's going to be the best candidate. That ain't what I want. Kellen Moore is just as old as some of the guys that are playing. They already know him. He can't go to Zach Martin and all of a sudden act like he the man and all that. Kellen Moore can't do that. Dak Prescott will come in shaking his hand and hugging them up and dapping them up and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be an authoritative type figure that we really need right now. But Kellen Moore fits the description of what we need that's left. Everybody else will come with concessions. They're not, Jared not gonna do it. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I guess my role as an older podcaster, and my brothers, all my brothers who are doing content, the ones that I follow and they follow me, I will let them have the hope podcast. They hoping. I'm more of a reality type guy. I believe it when I see it. Until then, I'm going off the patterns that I've seen for years of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. That's what they left on the table for me to study. My study tells me that a guy like Kellen Moore will be the obvious choice. I've been saying it for the last month and a half. And you guys are going to see as the Vrabel name gets X'd off, as the Ben Johnson demand for him, and you see what he wants, and you know the Jones family not going to make that concession. His name going to get X'd off. Dion is going to get X'd off. Whoever else name, Bill Belichick, who some of y'all wanted, he already gone. And all these big names y'all want, you going to see it, and then you going to say the same thing. Who's left? And who best fits it? Y'all ain't gonna have no choice but to say, you got it. I know you don't like it. I know you don't. I personally, I would love to have some of these big names too. But we know the Jones family. I'm telling you who it's gonna be. Mark it down. Mark it down. All Dion is doing, and I can't blame him, I feel Dion is really raising the price up for Colorado to raise up their offer. Michael Irvin knows him. That's fine. If Deion Sanders leaves, I guarantee you he will cripple the Colorado program immediately. Because all those recruits that he signed, number one quarterback in the country in high school, all that, they will hit their transfer portal so fast, it'll make your head spin. I'm just telling you. Dion will take Pat Sherman with him. That's his offensive coordinator. Warren Sapp, gone. You know what I mean? He coming to the NFL. I'm just saying, all that stuff gone, man. They'll go back to winning one game. All that prestige, all that fire that everybody had, that'll be dead. Dion ain't that low down. That's why I say he's gonna coach one more year, and then if his son Shiloh is with Shador, here he come. Whoever that coach is, they're gonna be in trouble. Whoever Tennessee coach is, he gonna be in trouble. If they got both of the Sanders boys on their team, I guarantee you, the very next year, Deion Sanders on his way. Strategically brilliant. I'm just telling y'all. In the meantime, the Jones family gonna get a puppet. That's what they like, right? I thought all of y'all said that Jerry Jones just want a puppet. That's what y'all told me for years now. Let's not act like he don't like puppets no more. Stop it now. So who is the biggest puppet left that he can control? Who's the biggest puppet that he have that's not gonna give him any problem? Who is the biggest puppet that can coach? Y'all know who it is. Man, I'm hollering at y'all. Stop. Y'all, I'm out. I love y'all. I'll talk about this and much more. See, we can't even do I can't even do the draft right now until I know who the coach is. Because I know what type of guy he is. See, if it's Kellen Moore, we're gonna go get that number 2 wide receiver in the draft at 12. If it's Aaron Glenn, he gonna go after defense. See what I'm saying? I can't even do the draft, man. If it's Dion, he gonna go offense. See what I'm saying? If it's Vrabel, which we all know in New England, it would have been defense. See, I gotta know before I do my mock draft. I gotta know who the coach is. I can't do the draft regular. Cause I got to think like them. If it's Dion, he gonna get Genty. If it's Dion, he gonna get Luther Burton. If it's Vrabel, he might try to say, he'll go get defense. Where, I know he ain't gonna be there, but he'll want to Abdul Carter. You see what I'm saying? If it's Vrabel, if it's Aaron Glenn, you want defense. See, we can't really can't do all that. All right. We'll talk about this more. Listen, if you don't follow me, follow me. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to it. Hey, TikTok, I can't see nothing because I'm not on my regular stuff. But if you're on TikTok and you could have been hanging with me, man, I appreciate you guys doing it. Those are on Facebook. If you don't follow me there as well. Just like the show and turn on those live notifications. Wherever platform you're watching me on, I'll be with you guys again coming up definitely on Saturday. At some point on Saturday, I have something to do, so I won't be on at 3 o'clock on Saturday. That's my usual time. Actually, I have to be somewhere, so I can't do it on at that time, but I will be on Saturday at some point. Turn on those live notifications. But in the meantime, you never know when I might pop on like this right here. I appreciate all of you waking up early for the ride. I appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for once again hanging with the Big Time Show.